Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you try, nothing changes? Despite all your efforts, the world around you seems to remain the same, ignoring your struggles. But what if, instead of fighting against the current, you learn to navigate from within? Imagine living in a world where everything you desire becomes reality. A world where your dreams are not just possibilities, but tangible achievements, right within your reach. It sounds unrealistic, doesn't it? Let me tell you, it is possible to turn challenges into stepping stones toward your dreams. To achieve this, all you need is to change the way you see the world. But how do we make that change? The key lies in an ancient philosophy that guides us toward a life truly worth living: Stoicism. In this video, we will explore a series of lessons and insights aimed at helping you recover lost hopes and prepare to achieve what once seemed impossible. You will learn to view each obstacle as a push toward a better version of yourself. Let's begin. Lesson 1. The Art of Ataraxia. The ancient Stoics taught us the importance of ataraxia, a central concept in their philosophy. Ataraxia is defined as a state of deep inner peace, a mental refuge free from emotional disturbances. They believe that true happiness doesn't come from material pleasures or external approval, but from possessing a calm and serene mind. Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius spoke about the inner citadel, a metaphor representing the mental fortress each of us can build within ourselves. This inner citadel symbolizes our resilience and self-discipline, shielding us from negative external influences and emotions. Picture your mind as a well-fortified castle, unmoved by external attacks. The inner citadel is your refuge for maintaining calm and serenity in any situation. It is the wall that keeps emotional turmoil at bay and leads you to inner peace. This is what the Stoics referred to as ataraxia. Ataraxia means understanding that while we can't control everything that happens in life, we can control our reactions. It's about finding serenity and staying focused on what is within our control, enabling us to live more calmly and deliberately. As the philosopher Epictetus said, it is not things that disturb us, but rather the opinions we have about them. With this statement, Epictetus captures the essence of ataraxia. Our inner peace depends more on how we interpret situations than on the situations themselves. But how can we cultivate this state of inner peace in our daily lives? Reflect on a common situation. You're in a conversation with friends, and a heated political debate begins. Someone abruptly contradicts your opinion, aggressively interrupting as you try to explain yourself. What would your impulsive reaction be? Frustration may start to arise as you try to make sense of this rude and dismissive behavior. This is the moment to practice ataraxia. Instead of reacting with irritation or insisting on proving your point, pause. Breathe deeply to calm your mind and remember that you can only control your response, not the beliefs or actions of others. With this clarity, assert your right to be treated with respect, express your viewpoint rationally, and listen without judgment or interruption. This approach not only soothes your mind but also prevents unnecessary conflict and positions you as a respectful and thoughtful individual. In this everyday scenario, we see the power of ataraxia, the state of inner peace that the Stoics so highly valued. Through it, we face life's challenges with a calm mind and unshaken heart, turning every obstacle into an opportunity for personal growth. Lesson 2. Practice detachment. The Stoics offer us valuable reflections on the art of detachment. Imagine yourself sitting by a river, watching the water flow gently by. You observe without trying to change the course of the river or the speed of the current. This state of simple observation, without attempting to intervene, perfectly captures the essence of detachment. Detachment is not indifference. It's about freeing ourselves from the burden of our expectations. How many times have you felt anxious or irritated because things didn't go as planned? How often have you tried to force situations that were beyond your control? Now, imagine yourself in those moments, able to emotionally detach from the outcome. Do you feel the relief? It's like lifting a heavy weight off your shoulders, isn't it? By practicing detachment, we not only free our minds and hearts from unnecessary tension, but also allow ourselves to live with greater calm and emotional stability. The Stoics taught that inner peace comes from accepting what we cannot change and focusing on our own attitude toward events. As Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future. This perspective helps us face challenges with calmness, without being tied to the results of our actions. In modern times, we also see echoes of this Stoic idea of detachment in spiritual teachings. The renowned spiritual teacher and author of The Power of Now emphasizes the importance of detachment and freeing ourselves from the chains of the ego. He teaches that by focusing on the present moment and detaching from our emotional reactions, we find mental clarity, allowing us to live more fully. His work illustrates that detachment is not about indifference, but about letting go of the need to control everything around us, a concept that deeply aligns with Stoic teachings on acceptance and serenity. So, how can we practice detachment in our daily lives? Imagine yourself facing a challenging situation, like an argument with a close friend or a complicated project at work. I invite you to practice detachment in these moments. Ask yourself, what is within my control in this situation? Focus your energy on those aspects and let the rest go. It's not easy, I know, but with practice, this mindset can significantly reduce your anxiety. To start incorporating detachment into your daily routine, it's helpful to take small steps. An effective technique is deep breathing. Whenever you face an undesirable situation or a challenge in your relationships, take a few minutes to close your eyes and breathe deeply. As you regain calm through breathing, accept each thought and feeling without judging them. This will strengthen your ability to practice detachment, helping you deal with challenges in a calmer and clearer way. Remember, detachment is not resignation, nor is it a lack of ambition, but rather the ability to accept what is beyond our control. By letting go, we redirect our energy toward what truly matters and what we can change. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. By embracing this Stoic wisdom, we can find peace and strength in detachment. With it, we face any challenge with a calm mind and a serene heart. Lesson 3: Finding beauty in simplicity. The Stoics reflected deeply on the beauty of simplicity, a concept we often neglect in the rush and stress of modern life. Have you ever wondered how simplifying your life could ease the burden of material and mental accumulation? Imagine yourself sitting in a peaceful meadow, surrounded by wildflowers. The sun gently warms your skin as a light breeze brushes your face. No phones are ringing, no endless task lists, just you and nature. This scene invites reflection on the beauty of simplicity, where deep peace arises, free from the complications and stress that commonly cloud our daily lives. This principle is something we frequently forget. But have you thought about the peace you could find by simplifying your life? As Epictetus said, it is the recognition of what you truly need, not what you desire, that sets you free. With these words, he teaches us that true freedom and inner peace come from distinguishing between what we really need and what we merely want. Now, let's reflect on what steps we can take to simplify our lives. A good place to start is by organizing and decluttering our physical space. As you filter what you keep, ask yourself, does this object truly improve my life? Does it add real value? In this way, a cluttered environment can transform into a space of clarity and purpose, as well as be more pleasing to the eye. Each time you enter that space, your mind will feel lighter and ready to focus on what truly matters. Next, move on to the digital realm. Remove apps you don't use and reduce notifications that distract you. Try using your phone only at set times, away from important moments, and turn off non-urgent notifications. At first, it might be difficult because our brains are accustomed to the immediate rewards these interactions bring, but over time you'll realize you've regained valuable hours in your day, hours that can be dedicated to activities like reading, writing, or simply enjoying moments of tranquility. Remember, simplicity is not about giving things up for the sake of it, but rather understanding what is essential and freeing yourself from what is not. By creating more space in our lives, we find not only tranquility but also a greater ability to appreciate the small details and moments of life. Are you ready to seek simplicity? Think about the books gathering dust on your shelf or the social media apps you check without a clear purpose. Imagine the relief of letting go of that unnecessary weight and the focus you could gain. Simplicity goes beyond getting rid of material things. It's also about simplifying our interactions, goals, and even our thoughts. You don't need to make radical changes. Just small steps and conscious decisions that lead to a lighter life, aligned with your true desires and needs. Now, I invite you to reflect. Do you really need everything you have around you to be happy? If you believe happiness lies in the simple things in life, leave a comment saying, "I have enough." Remember, the richest person is not the one who has the most, but the one who needs the least. Lesson 4: Live in the present. Imagine you are walking through a tranquil forest. Surrounding you, the trees stand tall, and the ground is covered in leaves that crunch under your feet. You take a deep breath, feeling the pure, fresh air fill your lungs. This simple, ordinary moment captures the essence of living in the present, of fully experiencing life as it unfolds. As Epictetus said, there is only one way to happiness, which is to stop worrying about what is beyond the power of our will. This lesson is closely linked to the concept of mindfulness, which invites us to be present in the here and now, appreciating each moment while setting aside the suffering caused by the past or anxiety about the future. The practice of mindfulness brings peace and clarity, allowing us to live more consciously and fully. I'm sure at some point you found yourself lost in obsessive thoughts about past situations that you cannot change or uncertain futures. Our minds are naturally programmed to protect us from problems, but danger arises when it begins to constantly anticipate disasters or replay challenging moments that we can no longer alter. How can we develop the ability to focus on the present? Cultivating mindfulness requires a conscious shift in our perception. It is a constant exercise, akin to strengthening a neglected muscle. For example, while washing your hands, instead of letting your mind wander, focus on the sensation of warm water on your skin, the smell of the soap, the sound of the water flowing. This practice allows you to be fully present in the action, helping to break the cycle of obsessive thoughts. To start incorporating detachment into your daily routine, it's important to take small steps. An effective technique is deep breathing. Whenever you encounter a difficult situation or a challenge in your relationships, take a few minutes to close your eyes and breathe deeply. As you regain calm through breathing, accept each thought and feeling without judging them. This will strengthen your ability to practice detachment and help you deal with challenges more calmly and clearly. Remember, detachment is not resignation, nor is it a lack of ambition. It is the ability to accept what we cannot control. By detaching, we free our energy to focus on what truly matters and what we can change. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught us that it is not the things that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. By embracing this Stoic wisdom, you will find peace and strength in detachment, enabling you to face any challenge with a clear mind and a calm heart. Lesson 5. Finding beauty in simplicity. The Stoics reflected deeply on the beauty of simplicity, a concept we often overlook, immersed in the speed and stress of modern life. Have you ever wondered how simplifying your life could relieve the burden of material and mental accumulation? Imagine yourself sitting in a peaceful meadow, surrounded by wildflowers, with the sun gently warming your skin and a light breeze brushing your face. There are no distractions, just you and nature. This scene invites reflection on simplicity. In that moment, you feel a profound peace, free from the complications and stress that often cloud your daily routine. This is a principle often forgotten, yet it can bring much peace. As Epictetus said, it is the perception of what you truly need, and not what you desire, that sets you free. He teaches us that true freedom and inner peace come from distinguishing between what is necessary and what is superfluous. A good starting point for simplifying your life is to organize your physical space. By choosing to keep only what truly improves your life and adds value, you transform a cluttered environment into a space of clarity and purpose. Next, move on to the digital realm. Eliminate apps you don't use and reduce notifications that distract you. Over time, you'll notice that you have regained valuable hours to dedicate to activities like reading, writing, or moments of tranquility. Simplifying is not just about eliminating material things, it's also about simplifying our interactions, goals, and thoughts. It's the small steps and conscious decisions that lead us to a life more aligned with our true desires and needs. By simplifying, we find more tranquility and are better able to appreciate the small details and moments of life. Lesson 6. Live in the present. Imagine you are walking through a tranquil forest, surrounded by majestic trees. The sound of leaves under your feet and the pure air fill your lungs. This simple, ordinary moment embodies the essence of living in the present, of experiencing life as it is. Epictetus said, "There is only one way to happiness, to stop worrying about what is beyond our control." Living in the present brings us peace and clarity, allowing us to enjoy each moment. We have all found ourselves trapped in obsessive thoughts about the past or anxious about the future. Our minds tend to avoid problems, but often create catastrophic scenarios that paralyze us. Cultivating mindfulness is a constant exercise. A simple example: while washing your hands, focus on the sensation of the water, the smell of the soap, and the sound of the water flowing. This practice helps you stay present and break the cycle of obsessive thoughts. Lesson 7. Transform fear into courage. We all face moments when we find ourselves on the edge of a precipice, confronting our greatest fears. It is in these moments that we must decide whether to retreat or take a leap of faith. This leap, though frightening, is an opportunity for growth. By facing our challenges with courage, we discover strengths we didn't know we had and open doors to unexpected experiences. Epictetus reminds us that when we confront our fears, we discover the true reserves of strength within us. Fear, more than a limitation, can become a tool to propel us beyond our comfort zone. With each fear we overcome, we expand the boundaries of what we believe is possible, transforming obstacles into stepping stones for success and self-fulfillment. Reflect on your deepest fears. What do you fear? Failure? Judgment? Remember that by facing your fears, you are not just overcoming obstacles, but also discovering new passions and strengths. Often, the worst scenarios exist only in our minds and are far less likely than we imagine. Lesson 8. Navigating between desire and moderation. How many times do we find ourselves torn between yielding to a desire and maintaining balance? It is not about completely suppressing our desires, but about not becoming slaves to them. As the Stoics suggest, when faced with temptations, it is important to pause, look inward, and ask, do I really need this? Will this significantly improve my life? By making these reflections, we distance ourselves from impulse and connect with our deeper values. This way, we can make decisions that are more aligned with who we truly are and what we genuinely need. As the wise philosopher taught, the man who can moderate his desires experiences a fuller and more rewarding life. This approach teaches us to enjoy each moment and appreciate what we already have, rather than lamenting what we lack. When you begin to practice moderation in different aspects of your life, you experience greater freedom and satisfaction. You come to need less to feel complete and learn to value more what you already possess. This focus allows us to live more consciously and gratefully, finding joy in the small things and everyday moments. So the next time you feel trapped by the snare of desire, remember the Stoic view on balance and moderation. As Epictetus taught us, wealth does not consist in having great possessions, but in having few needs. The less you need, the richer you will be. Lesson 9. Cultivating self-control. The Stoics taught us the importance of self-control, which is not about repressing emotions, but rather governing them and aligning them with our values and long-term goals. When we are able to delay immediate gratification and focus our actions on a greater and more meaningful good, we become masters of our destiny. But how can we develop this skill in our daily lives? The first step is awareness of our patterns of thought and behavior. We need to know ourselves well enough to identify where our weaknesses lie. In which areas do we tend to falter in our commitments? What situations cause us to lose control? Ask yourself, what triggers my impulsive actions? When do I feel most vulnerable to abandoning my goals? With this self-reflection, we become capable of charting concrete plans to achieve our objectives. One technique recommended by the Stoics is the pre-visualization of difficulties. This means anticipating the obstacles and temptations that may arise and planning in advance how to respond according to our values. By mentally envisioning these situations, we prepare ourselves to face them with calm and determination, increasing our confidence. Now, imagine facing an unexpected negative situation without preparation. Think, for example, of being at work and receiving a call from your boss asking for an important report in an hour, for which you are unprepared. Panic floods your mind, and you feel overwhelmed. Your performance is affected. Now imagine another situation where, during your daily reflections, you practice the pre-visualization of this work crisis. You visualized yourself receiving the unexpected task, taking a deep breath to calm down, organizing your thoughts, and taking the necessary immediate actions. When you encounter the real situation, you maintain your composure, knowing how to act because you have already mentally trained for this challenge. The pre-visualization prepared you to face adversities with balance. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not over external events. By cultivating self-control, we are able to respond to situations with serenity, rather than succumbing to panic or frustration. This makes us the protagonists of our lives, facing challenges with resilience. Lesson 10. The importance of empathy. No man can have a happy life if he is concerned only with himself and not with his fellow man. With this quote, the Stoic philosopher Seneca reminds us of the importance of empathy and human connection. He teaches that true happiness does not lie in selfish satisfaction, but in caring for and considering others, emphasizing that our individual well-being is deeply linked to the collective well-being. For the Stoics, by putting ourselves in others' shoes, we not only enrich our own lives but also contribute to the social fabric that sustains and gives meaning to us. Empathy, this ability to understand and share the feelings of others, connects us to people, and leads us to live in a more harmonious and just manner. Reflect on a moment when you genuinely acted for the benefit of another person. Perhaps you helped a friend complete a personal project, setting aside your own tasks. How did you feel alleviating someone else's burden? Or maybe you offered words of comfort to someone going through a tough time, bringing relief and peace to their heart. Empathy connects us deeply, enriches us, and transforms our interactions with the world around us. This is the true magic of empathy, the transformative power of human connection. All the love you give multiplies and returns to you. I propose an exercise for your daily life. Cultivate empathy at every opportunity that arises. It's not necessary to perform grand deeds. Simply try to brighten someone's day with small gestures. It could be a friendly smile to a neighbor you see every morning, or taking a few minutes to listen to a coworker who needs to vent. These small acts of empathy will not only brighten someone else's day but also enrich your own soul, creating a positive cycle of kindness and connection. Remember, with each act of empathy, you draw closer to the life you aspire to live. Lesson 11. Amor fati, love your fate. The Stoic concept of amor fati teaches us to love our fate, inviting us to find value in everything life offers, whether joys or adversities. This principle encourages us to embrace each experience as an essential part of our personal growth. Rather than resisting challenges, the Stoics encourage us to accept and learn from them. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, compared life to a play. He said that what matters is not how long it lasts, but how well it is performed. With this metaphor, Seneca reminds us that we should not focus solely on avoiding suffering or seeking fleeting pleasures, but on living in a way that each action reflects our deepest values, regardless of the circumstances. This Stoic idea of acceptance and love for one's fate also resonates in the words of influential contemporary figures, such as Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor. In his book Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl teaches us that the main human drive is not pleasure, but the search for meaning. He said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." His belief that we can find purpose even in the most difficult circumstances is deeply aligned with the concept of amor fati. Practicing amor fati means freeing ourselves from unconscious rejection of unwanted situations and instead seeing that every event in our lives serves a greater purpose, even if it is not immediately evident. Amor fati is believing that, in some way, the universe conspires in our favor, even when we face challenges that seem adverse. Take a moment to reflect on how to apply this powerful Stoic tool in your daily life. An effective technique is to reinterpret events from a new perspective. When facing a difficulty or an unexpected setback, shift your focus. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" or "What did I do to deserve this?" ask yourself, "What lesson can I learn from this?" or "How can this experience contribute to my development?" By focusing on growth opportunities in each situation, you transform obstacles into opportunities for learning and personal development. This shift in perspective not only enhances our resilience but also enriches our lives, helping us create a more conscious and fulfilling reality. Every challenge becomes a step towards our growth. Gradually, we begin to see life not as a series of problems but as a sequence of opportunities to strengthen our character, facing challenges with greater confidence and assurance. Lesson 12. Practicing gratitude. Imagine waking up every morning grateful for everything that is already part of your life, from the smallest things to the largest. You thank for being alive, for being able to breathe, for the bed you wake up in, and for the coffee you drink in the morning. It is not a superficial gratitude for material possessions or the success achieved in your career or relationships. It is about being thankful for life itself, as a gift. How do you think you would feel if you exchanged the discouragement of having to wake up early for the gratitude of being able to rise each day? This practice transforms your perspective, filling your days with satisfaction and joy, regardless of external circumstances. Before continuing with the next lesson, if you're finding value in this content, I invite you to leave your mark. Comment on how to shift your perspective during challenging moments, or simply say, "I am Stoic." Together, we will transform this space into a shared growth experience. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications to keep receiving more inspiring content. Your support is essential for us to continue sharing this message. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus expressed it clearly: "It's not what you have, but how you use what you possess that makes the difference." I encourage you to dare to practice gratitude in your daily life. Start with small moments, appreciating details that previously went unnoticed. For example, the softness of the sheets that cover you every night, or the sound of birds at dawn. You will notice that as you practice gratitude, you will find satisfaction in things you once took for granted, such as the laughter of a child in the park or the feeling of a cool breeze on a hot day. These small moments, when appreciated, connect you to the beauty of the present. Moreover, gratitude not only improves our lives but also inspires others. When they see us smiling and being thankful for simple things, those around us will begin to value what was once overlooked. This is the magic of gratitude. It transforms not only our perspective but also that of those around us, creating an environment of appreciation and positivity that enriches everyone's life. To cultivate gratitude, we can adopt several simple strategies in our daily lives. One of them is to keep a gratitude journal. Every morning, write down 3 things you are grateful for and reflect for a few minutes on the value they bring to your life. This simple exercise will help start your day with a positive and appreciative mindset. Another strategy is to practice mindful gratitude. Whenever you experience something pleasant, take a moment to savor the experience. For example, when enjoying a delicious meal, take a moment to appreciate each bite and thank for the flavors and nourishment it provides. The relationship between gratitude and the Stoic mindset of acceptance is evident. The Stoics taught us that acceptance is not the same as surrendering, but rather recognizing and valuing what we have without wishing it were different. In this acceptance, we find a profound peace. We realize that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can control our response. Gratitude strengthens this attitude, helping us maintain a balanced and positive perspective. I encourage you to develop your own gratitude practice. Start by being thankful for simple things, such as the aroma of fresh bread, the comfort of your favorite chair, or the sound of rain on a stormy day. Remember Seneca's wise words: "It is not happiness that makes us grateful, but gratitude that makes us happy." By expressing gratitude, even for the smallest things, we fill ourselves with a positive energy that is contagious, improving the environment and relationships around us. I encourage you to explore the transformative power of these Stoic secrets in your daily life. May each day be an opportunity to get closer to the life you desire. Remember, each new day is a chance to connect with your deepest values and direct your life toward a fuller and more meaningful existence. I sincerely want to congratulate you for making it this far and completing the video. This means you are committed to becoming a better person. If you enjoyed the video, leave your comment. Comment gratitude, so I know you watched it to the end. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now and join us. Stoicism is full of teachings that can be applied to our everyday lives. Therefore, I encourage you to continue learning about this philosophy. I leave here 2 videos filled with Stoic wisdom for you to continue your learning journey. Until next time.